Today in this class, we are going to discuss about the clearing and settlement of derivatives. Okay, right. So the clearing mechanism. Now, clearing mechanism, a clearing members open positions is arrived by aggregating the open position of all the trading members and all custodial participants clearing through him. Okay, a trading member's open position in turn includes his proprietary open position and client's open positions also. Okay, right? So the settlement schedule is, the settlement of trades takes place on the trading day and or trading plus 1 day, that is the next day, working day, and basing uh, uh, mm, basis at the discretion of the members, of course. Okay. Now let us go into the member, the pay-in and payout obligations actually. Now before I go to the actual screen of a pay-in and payout obligations, the members with the funds pay-in obligation are required to have clear funds in their primary clearing account before the stipulated pay-in time on the settlement day. The payout of funds is credited to the primary clearing account of the members thereafter. Before I go ahead, another. Friends, we have discussed about this particular screen in the last class, wherein which wherein which the entire mechanism of the clearing and trading, clearing and settlement is dealt in this particular chart, isn't it? So once again, I want to make use of this particular chart and explain you the various concepts behind this particular uh, uh, clearing and settlement process which is carried out. So friends, I clearly made a mention on that day that if you are a buyer, okay, buyer of particular shares, okay, and you are a long-term investor, you are not a trading, okay, for intraday, you are not trading for intraday, it is for the the long it is for a long period of time you are carrying on the transaction. For that purpose you require shares into your account, okay, so therefore you are buying, okay, the buying the shares and the seller is selling the shares. You are transferring your amount and he is transferring the shares into your demat account. That is what which has happened here. Now for example, if I am an intraday player, let me assume I am buying and selling the shares. Now what happens? I am buying and selling the shares. What happens? I want to know that. On the margin trading, I'll be on the margin money, I'll be trading. Okay. And on the margin money, I'll be trading. That is my clearing, that is my so-called trader, that is my broker, will be allowing me to trade on margin money and I'll be trading. Okay. And he has his own obligation, to maintain a sufficient amount, okay, at the stock exchange to allow all the trades, from the so-called trading member. Okay, the moment you purchase some shares, okay, you will give some margin money, okay, and this margin money along with some other amount, he will be keeping that amount here in the exchange and he will be taking the positions on behalf of us, okay, and he will be doing the transactions. Okay, so on one particular fine day, for example, on one particular day, if you have traded in a good amount of shares, so you have received some profit. Now how that profit has to be transferred to you, because you don't take any delivery of the shares. Okay, it is only the intimation that the particular person has bought the shares, okay, and from one particular person, that's it. And information has to be sent. Okay, and similarly for example, if you have earned some profit in that particular transaction, the loser of that particular money has to transfer to you to your account. That is what which has to be done. For a very detailed understanding, I want to take up a Excel sheet and explain you what actually goes up here in the it is only a visualization of what is going to happen, and it is not that the entire process is like this. It is only a small visualization. Are you able to look at this spreadsheet? Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible? Okay, friends. Now, friends, on one side I have taken a broker called by the name Zerodha. Okay, and on the other side I've taken another broker called by the name Upstock, which have been carried from your previous example. Okay, friends. Now, from the broker of Zerodha, I have taken claims of A, B, and C who are doing intraday along with the Zerodha. Okay, along with the Zerodha also purchases shares and sells shares. Okay, so let me copy here the same organization. That is, he is also a trader. Okay, come clearing member. Are you able to understand, friends? Okay, let me also assume that you have a stock as another broker on one side, and the clients like by the name Z, by the name Y, and by the name X are there, along with the trader. He also, let us assume that the Upstock also purchases and sells the share, okay, for its own benefit. Okay, friends. So that is what which has been imagined here. Now I want to have a detailed transaction, so therefore I have taken I am going to write down the claim name here, the script, that is the share that is bought and sold. Okay, the number of such shares which are bought and sold, the price of that particular share which is bought or sold. Okay, and the the so-called buy or selling position, bought or sold position, and finally what is a profit or a loss which is gained by the so-called claims at the end of the day. Okay, at the end of the day, right? Similarly here also on the other side I've taken the same columns. Okay, friends, is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Now, friends, if you have any doubt, please stop me, friends, so that I'll give you the explanation. Okay, friends. Now let me take that I'm going to transact with one script. Okay, because let me not confuse you by taking different scripts, but I'll take only one script, throughout the study, so that will help us in a better understanding. As we have already dealt with the example of the H3FC case, let us assume that you're going to assume the H3FC share in all the cases. Okay. That is bought and sold, or sold and bought, the same. To change the column, change the row. Here, let me come to X. Now let me again change this. This has to be, yeah. Now, so one transaction is for buying, friends, and one transaction is for selling or sold and bought. It is only for a round transaction I have taken these. Okay, friends. Now let me just try to paste all these on the other side also for our convenience sake, and finish off with the example. Okay. Here also let us take another one. That is the complete round transaction has to be finished. So I have assumed all these. Okay. Right. So this has to be changed. Yes. Okay. Now, friends, now let me take an example, that client A is purchasing HDFC shares. Okay, okay. So his number is number. Let us assume 20 shares. Okay, so 20 shares at 1,000 rupees. Okay, so he is buying B. He is buying. Okay, so next, profit or loss only will be declared only after the round transaction is done. Okay, similarly on the other side, that is the in the upstock broker side, okay, there is a client called by the name Z. Okay, who is actually selling the shares, who is actually selling the shares of 20. Okay, 20 shares at price 1,000 in the morning. Let us assume that in the morning these two transactions have been done. Okay, of course, in the morning there are other transactions also which are done. Okay, let us assume that, okay, at one particular time in the morning when the market is moving. Okay, so immediately the market is started moving. Okay, these two persons has reacted in the market. Okay, one is with the long position in the sense, friends, buying first and then selling. That is a long position. So client A has taken a long position with a buy position, and later he may be selling. Okay, right? And here there is a, that is, this client, is in a let us assume that is in a very good analysis that that the market is going to go up today, and he can earn some amount of money. That is what his intention, and so therefore he has purchased 20 shares at 1,000. Okay, and there is another buyer, another client called by the name Z at Upstock, who is selling the shares. So what is his intention? His intention is the market will fall down, and later he may, that is the short position he has entered into, and later when the market goes down to 900 or so, he thought that he will be buying that share at 900 and will be earning the profit of 100 on each share. That is what his intention is. Here his intention is different. Okay, friends. Now HDFC client B at Zerodha, and another moment in the day. Okay, so he is trying to purchase. Okay, sorry, he is going to sell 10 shares. Now 10 shares at 1050. Okay, he is going to sell shares. Whereas there is another client, at Upstock called by the name Y, who is trading with with 10 shares. Okay, 10 shares, of at the price of 1050. Okay, and he wants to buy the shares at this price. He wants to buy the shares at this price. Okay, am I clear? Right. Now there is another client called by the name C at the Zerodha, okay, who is trying to buy shares of 5, okay, at same price, that is at 1050. Okay, right? Okay, right. So on the other side, that is on the Upstock side, there is another client called by the name X. Okay, so who is willing to sell the shares? Who is going to sell the shares of same five shares? Okay, at of course 1050. Okay, but he wants to sell the shares. So friends, please imagine this, and please let me know whether you have understood until here or not. Please let me know, friends, whether you have understood until here or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay. Now, shall I proceed, friends? Okay. Now, friends, the client A. client A, who has transacted with the actually with 20 shares. Okay, buy position 1,000 rupees, at 1,000 rupees. Now sold his shares of 20 shares at 1,100. At 1,100 on the same day in the afternoon. Let us assume in the afternoon. Let us also here assume that there is, because the market is moving opposite. Okay, so this person called by the name Z at Upstock, okay, could not achieve his objective, and so therefore, okay, wants to, sorry, I have written here. I need to write here. Okay, Control V, isn't it? I want to maintain one row as a gap. That's it, nothing else. Okay, so here the same Z client here, wants to, because the market is moving in an upward direction. Okay, and he has lost some positions. He wants to square off his position at okay, let us assume that 20 shares he want to square off. Okay, this is only an imagination, friends, that he is going to buy the shares, okay, for the sell which is already entered. For the sell what he has already done, okay, he is squaring off his position of 20 shares in the market, at 1,100 rupees. Is that okay, friends? Now, friends, can you please tell me what is the profit achieved by Mr. A client here? Please calculate and tell me, friends, what is the profit, final profit to the client A? Profit or loss, friends?
2,000, sir.
2,000. Alagandi. What is the difference in the price?
Sir,
What at 1,000?
and ఇక్కడ 1100 కి సేల్ చేసింది సార్.
100 rupees profit. 100
yes,
into how many shares?
20 shares.
20 shares comes to
2,000, sir.
2,000. Shall I write down here, friends? 2,000. Okay. Now, friends, can you please tell me what is the profit or loss for client Z?
Sir, same sir, 2,000 years.
2,000 ఏంటండి ప్రాఫిట్ అండి? ప్రాఫిటా?
Loss.
It is a
Loss.
loss of
2,000.
2,000. It is a loss of 2,000. Yes. Okay. You pretty well know, friends, the money from one pocket moves into the another pocket. That is where the trade occurs, especially intraday or any other trade. If one loses, the other benefits. If one is not losing, the others cannot be benefited, isn't it? So here, let us imagine that the 2,000, okay, has been lost by client B, client Z, okay, and is actually been, okay, achieved by client A. Okay, friends. Now let us quickly draw up the others also. Let us imagine that client B, okay, is bought the share at 1,050 in the market, okay, and he has got the same, okay, and let us also imagine that the Y client at Upstock, okay, is also trading, okay, and he also wants to trade the shares which is already open, okay, at the same price, 1,050, okay. He is again, okay, and let us assume that he has sold the shares. So what is the profit or a loss achieved by, okay, by client B as well as client Y?
No profit, no loss, sir.
There is no profit or no loss. So 0 here, and a 0 here. Okay, only transaction cost, if at all is there, may be incurred by him. Okay, him or her. Okay, and what is what? Let us also quickly write down the transaction for. Okay, HDFC. Okay, right. So let us imagine that the market is closing at one. The market is closing at 1-0 closing price. I'll write down here, friends, closing price. Okay, so 1010 is the closing price, friends. Let us imagine that the client C as well as the client X, okay, has kept their positions open. Friends, on the other day when we are discussing the concept, I told you that when the positions are open in the market, the broker, okay, and the stock exchange will see that all the open positions will be squared off, okay, at the last traded price, at the closing, the weighted average closing price, which is calculated by the system automatically. For that particular price, the open positions, all the open positions will be squared off. Okay, friends, I told you previously. Okay, right. Sorry, I have not written here what has been done by this person. This is a buy, isn't it? This is a buy. Okay, now if these are not closed by the respective claims, what the exchange will do? They will square off the position. Squaring off the position in the sense 5 shares are open, okay, and what is the closing price? It is 1010. So 1010 the closing price, and the sell will be done to square off the position because it is already a bought here. Okay, so sell has to be done. It will be the automatic system will be squaring off your position. Similarly here, Mr. X, okay, at the upstock, okay, has put the position open, so the position here also gets squared off, okay, at the price 1010. Okay, and as this is a sell position which is already taken, now it is a buy position which has to be squared off. It is a buy. Okay, friends. Now, can you please tell me who is at a profit and who is at a loss? Mr. C and Mr. X.
Sir, C is in loss, sir.
C is at a loss of
200 rupees.
200 rupees. How? It is 40 into
40 into 5.
Yeah,
5.
40 into 5 comes to minus
200.
minus. Right, friends. Next.
Here is profit, sir. 200 rupees.
Very good. Very good. Now let us also imagine, friends, that the Zerodha also has entered into some positions, at 1000. At they have entered at different positions. Let us assume that they have HDFC. They bought 20 shares at one particular price, another 50 shares at one particular price, another 20 shares at one particular price, another 100 shares at one particular price, and at the end of the day they need to sell all those shares. Zerodha has to sell all those shares, isn't it? At the different prices they may sell, or at the closing price of the exchange, the weighted average closing price, at the same price they may be selling, friends. Similarly, the upstock as it is a trading cum clearing member, they also may enter into different positions of HDFC, okay, and they may sell the same. Did you understand all this, friends? Now let me tell you, friends, one thing. Okay, I in the sense the claims. The claims will be giving the margin money to the broker. The broker, it is the duty of the broker to go for the risk management practices and maintain the mark-to-market margin with their clients. Of course, the Zerodha has to maintain sufficient amount, okay, sufficient amount either in the form of cash or in the form of treasury bills or any other fixed deposits or any other securities, money market instruments. All those will be maintained by the Zerodha at the stock exchange to take the positions on behalf of the clients. Okay, on behalf of the clients, the mark-to-market margin also will be maintained by the Zerodha. And the same is the procedure for the upstock also. Now, friends, as you are imagining that you have a client called by the name A, client called by the name Z, okay, and whose amounts has to be transferred at the end of the day. I just told you, friends, I just told you that in this particular screen, as you have no shares actually be transferred from here to here. No shares actually be transferred from here to here. Only the money transactions has to be transferred from here to here or from here to here. So let us assume that in the case of X, in the case of the A, let us assume that he is A, buyer is A. Okay, this person is A. He bought the shares and he sold the shares and he has to receive 2,000 rupees. Where this person, let us assume that he sold and bought the shares, and he has incurred a loss of 2,000 rupees. Now this loss 2,000 has to be sent to this particular person. How? How in the sense? First, this amount has to be transferred on the trade day itself. It has to be transferred to the clearing member. The clearing member, as he has a separate account at the clearing bank, okay, there will be a final alarm or obligation sent by the clearing house to the clearing member saying that Mr. Clearing Member, there is a client called by the name so and so Z, okay, who has to pay rupees 2,000. Okay, please try to make an arrangement to transfer the same 2,000 rupees to the clearing bank account what you have here at the ICICI. Okay, so the moment the amount is received from the clearing to the clearing bank, okay, the clearing bank will then transfer the amount, to the clearing bank of the so-called client. Clearing bank and brokers, the the amount will be sent to the clearing member of that particular client. That is the Zerodha's clearing bank account, this 2,000 rupees will be sent. Now this 2,000 rupees will be transferred by the so-called clearing member into the account of the so-called trader, the so-called client. Now he will be receiving that advantage like that. Okay, friends. Now how come they'll be knowing that these are the transactions which has to be done? I told you, friends, that there is a stock exchange, isn't it? Let us assume that NSE will send the information, and that information will be downloaded by the clearing member, clearing house, and the same transactions, will be sent to the clearing members respectively. That is, the obligations will be sent finally to the clearing members. ఎప్పుడైతే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఎన్ఎస్సి నుంచి ఏమండి ఈ క్లియరింగ్ మెంబర్స్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటారో అది ఏమండి ఒకసారి ఏమండి వెరిఫికేషన్ పంపిస్తారు. బాబు నువ్వు నెట్ ఆబ్లిగేషన్స్ తయారు చేయు నువ్వు అనేసి. నెట్ ఆబ్లిగేషన్స్ తయారు చేయమని అంటే అర్థం ఏమిటంటే వీడి తరపు నుంచి ఎంతో మంది ట్రేడ్స్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఈ పర్టికులర్ బ్రోకర్ దగ్గర నుంచి ఎంతో మంది ట్రేడ్స్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఎంతమంది ట్రేడ్స్ చేస్తున్నారు? ఎంతమంది ట్రేడ్స్ చేస్తున్నారు ఇక్కడ? ఏ, బి, సి 3 క్లయింట్స్ చేస్తున్నారు ఆల్రెడీ. అయితే ఈ జిరోదాకి ఆబ్లిగేషన్ ఏం పంపిస్తుంది అంటే, ఆబ్లిగేషను వీళ్ళు క్లియరింగ్ బ్యాంకు వీళ్ళకి ఆబ్లిగేషన్ ఏం పంపిస్తుంది అంటే జనరల్ గానా, what is the net amount payable or receivable? Please try to prepare the balance sheet and then let me know. That is what they will try to tell. Clearing house will tell the respective brokers to prepare their own net outstanding obligations. అంటే వీడప్పుడు ఏం తయారు చేస్తాడు? ఏమండి నా దగ్గర ఒక క్లయింట్ 200 రూపాయలు నష్టపోయాడండి, ఇంకో క్లయింట్ 200 రూపాయలు లాభపడ్డాడండి, అయితే నేను నెట్ ఎంత అంటే నా దగ్గర నుంచి దగ్గర 1800 మాత్రమే నేను ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయవలసి వస్తుంది, రావాల్సి వస్తుంది. నాకు రావాల్సింది ఎంత అంటే 1800 మాత్రమే రావాలండి అని జిరోదా వాడు ఏమండి క్లియరింగ్ హౌస్ కి జిరోదా వాడు క్లియరింగ్ హౌస్ కి ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ పంపిస్తాడండి. అర్థమైందా అండి? పంపిస్తాడు. ఎప్పుడైతే ఆ నెట్ అమౌంట్ పేయబుల్ నాట్ రిసీవబుల్ ఏమండి, ఎప్పుడైతే పే అవుట్ ఎప్పుడైతే కన్ఫర్మేషన్స్ వచ్చేస్తాయో ఏమండి, ఎప్పుడైతే వీళ్ళు తేల్చి చెప్పేస్తారో ఏమండి మొత్తం నెట్ మాకు ఇది కావాల్సింది అని వీడికి ఎప్పుడైతే ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ పాస్ చేస్తారో వీడు మళ్ళీ వెరిఫై చేస్తాడండి. మళ్ళీ వెరిఫై చేసుకొని ఓకే అప్పుడు ఆబ్లిగేషన్ పంపిస్తాడు. అంటే ఏంటి, ఒక చిన్న ఇంటిమేషన్ పంపిస్తాడు. ఓకేనండి, మీరు ఇంత అమౌంట్ మీరు మీ అకౌంట్కి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయడం కానీ లేకపోతే మీరు తీసుకోవడం కానీ జరుగుతుంది అని. ఇప్పుడు దీంట్లోనే మన ట్రాన్సాక్షన్లోని జిరోదా వాడికి 1800 రావాలి కదా, వీడికి ఏం ఇంటిమేషన్ పంపిస్తాడు అంటే క్లియరింగ్ బ్యాంకు ఏమంటే మీకు 1800 వస్తుందండి నెట్, దానికి ఓకే కదా మీరు అని వీడికి పంపిస్తాడు ఇంటిమేషన్ ఏమండి పంపిస్తాడు. అలాగే ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుందంటే అప్స్టాక్ వాడికి, బాబు నువ్వు నెట్ నాకు ఏమంటే 1800 నువ్వు మీరు మీ అకౌంట్కి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయాలి. ఐసిఐసిఐలో ఏదైతే మీకు క్లియరింగ్ బ్యాంకులో అకౌంట్ ఉందో ఆ అకౌంట్లోకి 1800 ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయాలి అని ఒక చిన్న ఇంటిమేషన్ వస్తుంది. సో on this obligation, depending on this particular obligation, okay, so this particular seller broker, okay, as is a clearing member, okay, decides, okay, to have a transfer of 1800 finally net obligation to the clearing bank account. And on the next day the clearing banks, what they do is, okay, on T+2 day or T+1 day, if the obligations are over, okay, it will be transferred to the clearing bank account of the Zerodha, okay, and from there the amount will be sent to the Zerodha, and the Zerodha will now decide, okay, Zerodha will now decide, Zerodha has only received 1800 rupees, but client B has to be given 2000 rupees. So from client C they will receive 200 rupees and they will add to 1800, and 1800 plus 200 comes to 2000. That 2000 will be transferred to the account of client A. That is how the accounts at the broker will be managed for intraday as well as the derivatives. Okay friends, now please try to respond. Please unmute yourself everybody, and please let me know that any doubts are there, or if you want me to repeat, I'll repeat for your benefit. Please let me know friends. Are you there friends?
Yes, sir. No doubts.
Now please let me know whether you have any clarifications or any understanding. If you have not understood, I'm ready to repeat it once again for you. Please let me know friends.
సార్ సార్ ట్రేడింగ్ లో అది సి ఉన్నారు కదా సార్, సార్ అది ఒక్కసారి చెప్పరా సార్? అంటే మనకి ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది డేకి మనం ఇక్కడ బై చేసాం కదా సార్, అది ఆటోమేటిక్గా సెల్ అవుతాయా సార్?
సెల్ అయిపోయింది.
ఓకే సార్.
ఎందుకు సెల్ అయిపోయింది అంటారా మీ డౌట్?
అవును సార్.
ఎందుకు సెల్ అయిపోయింది అంటారా? మనం చేయలేదు. యూ హ్యావ్ నాట్ డన్ ఇట్, బట్ హౌ ఇట్ ఇస్ done. See, I told you that the market at the end of before the market ends, before the market close, all the open positions in the sense, if you have bought, okay, as the transaction is an intraday transaction, friends, please remember that we are doing only intraday transactions. Intraday in the sense within the day only you want to buy and sell. Okay, so as this is an intraday transaction, so the position is a bought position. Buy chesa the morning. You have not sold it because that reason the system, the automatized system in the stock exchange and the broker system will close your position. If you have not closed it, the system will automatically square off your position. అంటే మీరు బై చేసి ఉంది కాబట్టి సెల్ చేసేస్తుంది సిస్టమ్. ఏ ప్రైస్ దగ్గర మీరు ఏం ప్రైస్ స్పెసిఫై చేయలేదు కాబట్టి క్లోజింగ్ ప్రైస్, వెయిటెడ్ యావరేజ్ ప్రైస్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తారు. ఆ ప్రైస్ దగ్గర మీ షేర్ని సెల్ చేసేయడం జరుగుతుంది. ఓకేనా
సార్? ఇక్కడ ఎక్స్ ఉన్నారు సార్, అక్కడ మనం సేల్ చేసాం కదా సార్,
ఇక్కడ వాళ్ళు ఇండివిజువల్ గా సెల్ చేసుకున్నారు. అంటే అన్ని ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ మీకు కవర్ చేయాలని చెప్పి నేను అలా కవర్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఒక దగ్గర క్లయింట్ ఏ బై చేశాడు, సెల్ చేశాడు, అలాగే ఆన్ హిజ్ ఓన్ అనాలిసిస్. అలాగే క్లయింట్ బి కూడా బై చేసుకున్నాడు, సెల్ చేసుకున్నాడు. కానీ క్లయింట్ సి మాత్రం బై చేశాడు కానీ సెల్ చేయకుండా వదిలేశాడు. సిస్టమ్ ఎందుకు స్క్వేర్ ఆఫ్ చేస్తుంది అంటే ఇంకా తక్కువ ప్రైస్కి వెళ్ళిపోతే వీడు ఇంకా ఎక్కువ నష్టపోతాడని చెప్పి ఏమంటే స్క్వేర్ ఆఫ్ చేసేసేయాలని చెప్పి ఒక రూల్ పెట్టుకున్నారనమాట స్టాక్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్. కానీ అకార్డింగ్ టు ది ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ గివెన్ బై ఆర్ అకార్డింగ్ టు ద రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్ ఫ్రేమ్డ్ అవుట్ బై ది SEBI రెగ్యులేషన్ యాక్ట్. ఓకే, సో it is so decided that the open positions in the intraday has to be closed. Okay friend?
సార్ ఇక్కడ సార్ క్లయింట్ ఎక్స్ దగ్గర మనం సేల్ చేసాం కదా సార్ ఫస్ట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్.
ఆయన చెప్పారు ఇక్కడ సేల్ అంటే ఆయన పొజిషన్ తీసుకున్నాడు. ఫస్ట్ he has taken the position at 1050 5 షేర్స్ సెల్ చేయాలంటే షార్ట్ చేశాడు. షార్ట్ చేసాడు, మార్కెట్ పడుతుంది అని చెప్పి ఇంకా ఆయనకి అనిపించింది, అందుకే అక్కడ ఆయన సెల్ చేశాడు.
సార్ మరి ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది డేకి మనం పర్చేజ్ చేయట్లేదు కదా సార్, మరి ఆటోమేటిక్ గా బై ఎలా?
అంటే ఇది ఆల్రెడీ ఓపెన్ పొజిషన్ ఏంట్లో ఉంది, సెల్ చేసింది కాబట్టి దాన్ని స్క్వేర్ ఆఫ్ అంటే రౌండ్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ చేయాలంటే దాని ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ క్లోజ్ చేయాలంటే బై చేసేయాలి. సో అందుకనే అది బై పొజిషన్ అయిపోయింది అనమాట. సిస్టమే స్క్వేర్ ఆఫ్ చేసేసింది, కానీ ఇది సెల్ పొజిషన్ ఉంది కాబట్టి నెక్స్ట్ బై చేస్తే స్క్వేర్ ఆఫ్ అయిపోతుంది, అందుకని స్క్వేర్ ఆఫ్ చేసేసింది.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
చెప్పండి ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఎనీ సచ్ డౌట్స్ ఇంకా ఏమైనా if you want any more explanations, I'm ready to give you the explanations. Yes.